Why are millennials and Gen Z truly destined to be poorer than their parents? In a world of shifting economic landscapes, growing student debt, and evolving attitudes toward money, what can these generations do to bridge the wealth gap and secure their financial future? Let's delve into the challenges and reasons. Also, make sure to stick around until the end of the video for the potential solutions that lie ahead, especially if you are a part of the millennials and Gen Z. Moving up the social ladder is getting harder, especially for millennials and Gen Z. According to Opportunity Insights, these younger generations are making less money than their parents did. So, what does this mean for the dream of getting wealthier? Considering things like low wages, crushing student loan debt, and ongoing racial and economic inequality, it's not surprising that Gen Z and millennials often have less money than their parents and grandparents. Even though this wealth gap can be frustrating, experts say our money choices and attitudes can have a big impact on our lives now and in the future. This brings us to the money mindsets of boomers and Gen X versus millennials and Gen Z. In addition to socioeconomic oppression, factors like inflation, changing lifestyles, and viewpoints toward money all make it harder for millennials to achieve the same quality of life as the generations before them. Inflation. The cost of living has increased significantly over time, while wages have not kept pace. This means that millennials need to earn more money to buy the same things that previous generations could afford. In 1990, the median price of a home in the United States was $113,800. In 2023, the median price will be $428,700. This means that millennials need to earn nearly 4 times as much money to buy the same house as their parents did. Changing lifestyles. Millennials are more likely to live in urban areas where the cost of living is higher. They are also more likely to have student loan debt, which can be a major financial burden. The cost of rent in urban areas has also increased significantly over time. In 2010, the median rent for a one-bedroom apartment in New York City was $2,500. In 2023, the median rent will be $3,500. This means that millennials who live in urban areas need to spend more of their income on housing, leaving them with less money for other expenses. Viewpoints toward money. Millennials are more likely to value experiences over material possessions. This means that they may be willing to spend more money on travel, dining out, and other activities rather than saving up for a down payment on a house or a new car. Millennials are more likely to travel and eat out than previous generations. This can be a good thing, but it can also make it more difficult to save money. For example, the average millennial spends $5,000 on travel each year. This is more than the average American household spends on groceries in a year. If previous generations saved money out of worry for an uncertain future, today's young adults might spend liberally precisely because they don't know what the future holds. Going big now adds validation to our lives in challenging times. It is important to note that not all millennials are struggling to achieve financial success. However, the factors mentioned can make it more difficult for millennials to achieve the same quality of life as previous generations. So, here is how you can thrive despite the wealth gap. Now, before we get to our first point, make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel for more informative videos. And hit that like button if you liked the video so far. Set some goals. Now that you've accepted that the generational wealth gap, whether it's in your favor or not, is influenced by a bunch of complicated factors that go beyond just time and personal choices, it's time to turn any financial worries into a smart plan. Instead of stressing about what financial challenges might pop up down the road, think about how awesome it'll be when you've got a clear picture of where your money's coming from and going. What are your dreams? Retirement plans? Buying a house? Traveling the world? Big or small? For the short term or long term, having savings goals can help you figure out what truly matters to you. Even though we can't predict the future, setting savings goals can give you a stronger sense of control over your own life. Keep in mind that you can't always control how much money you make, but you sure can control how you spend it. And when you hit bumps in the road, think of your savings account as your own little treasure chest. Alright, let's break it down. Imagine you're a millennial looking to buy a house in the next 5 years. Right now, you've got $10,000 in savings, and you're making $50,000 a year. Here's a clever way to reach your savings goal. Be specific. First off, figure out exactly how much money you need to buy that house. Let's say you need $20,000 for a down payment. Budget time. Create a budget. This way, you'll know where your money's coming from and where it's going. Once you see the big picture, you can start trimming expenses to save more. Savings on autopilot. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings account every month. This means you're saving without even having to think about it. Boost your income. If you can, find ways to make more money. Maybe ask for a raise at your current job, start a side hustle, or explore jobs with better pay. Trim the fat. Take a good look at your budget and see where you can cut back. Maybe dine out less, cancel those subscriptions you barely use, or shop around for cheaper insurance. Now, here's a more detailed example of automating your savings. Begin with an automatic monthly transfer of $500 from your checking to your savings account. At the start of each year, give yourself a little raise by increasing your monthly savings transfer by $500. This keeps pace with inflation and gets you to your goal even faster. By following this plan, you'll have $30,000 saved up in 5 years. In many parts of the country, that's more than enough for a down payment on a house. Remember, this is just one example. Your savings goals might be different, and your plan may need some tweaks. But the key is to get started and stick to your plan. You've got this. Create a plan. Afterward, formulate a strategy to turn your aspirations into reality. Managing personal finances can feel overwhelming for many, especially when you're uncertain about the necessary steps. It's quite common to allow fear to hold us back, isn't it? We might think, let's just focus on the present and not worry about the future because it seems daunting. Crafting a blueprint for your future objectives is a vital move in combating fear-driven choices, which can lead to either overly cautious saving or reckless spending, both of which have their downsides. Here are some pointers for crafting a plan to turn your dreams into reality. Number 1. Define clear and measurable objectives. The more precise your goals are, the simpler it becomes to devise a strategy to reach them. Instead of saying, I want to save for retirement, specify, I aim to save $1 million for retirement by the time I turn 65. Number 2. Divide your goal into smaller, achievable steps. If your goals appear overwhelming, break them down into smaller, more manageable tasks. For instance, if your goal is to save $1 million for retirement by the age of 65, you might start by saving $100 per week. Number 3. Establish a timeline for accomplishing your goals. Once you've broken down your goals into smaller steps, create a schedule for achieving them. This will help you stay focused and motivated. Number 4. Monitor your progress. Regularly keep tabs on your advancement toward your goals. This will enable you to spot any areas where adjustments may be necessary. Take action. Now it's time to put your plan into action. If your goal is to save up for a house, you can decide to allocate a specific amount of money each month toward your savings goal. You can set up an automatic withdrawal or create a monthly calendar reminder to ensure you stay on track. The most important lesson to take away from the challenges of economic inequality is the need for balance. Keep in mind that saving for your future is crucial, but so is investing in your community and finding joy in the present. Going too far in either direction can lead to an unhealthy relationship with both money and yourself. Whether it's the pressure to live up to expectations of surpassing your parents' standard of living or compensating for opportunities your parents didn't have, we all grapple with the weight of how much money we earn and how we choose to use it. Well, that's it for today. Make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you at the next one.